Hello everyone. So today we'll be learning 20 idioms which are based on the word go. So these are going to be very interesting idioms and I hope you all will be learning these 20 idioms to make sure that the standard of your English improves. So without wasting our time, we'll start with the first one. The first one is go the whole hog. Go the whole hog means to do completely, which means, for example, I can say, instead of learning broken English, he decided to go the whole hog and become a great speaker in the English language. So I hope you understood this, the first one. The second one is go with the flow. Go with the flow means to accept the situation and act accordingly. For example, instead of stressing himself, he decided to go with the flow and see the result of the team, which means he became involved with the team's decision and he looked forward to the result. That is the second one. The third one is go back to the drawing board. Go back to the drawing board means to start something again from the beginning. For example, you can say that since his design did not meet the client's requirements, he decided to go back to the drawing board, which means he decided to start that, drawing that or making that design again so that he may satisfy the client. Number 4 is go for broke. Go for broke means to risk anything or everything to get success. For example, of this particular company go for broke to make sure that the new product gets launched successfully. Number 5 is go the way of the dodo, which means to disappear completely. In the year which is current year or in the present time, when many people are using YouTube, the CDs have gone the way of the dodo. So you can say something like this with this particular idiom. Number 6 is go against the clock, which means to do something before the deadline, which means you can just give the example something like this. Since we have to submit this project tomorrow, we have to start going against the clock. So you can say going against the clock in this manner. Number 7 is go the whole 9 yards, which means to put in maximum effort. The team decided to go the whole 9 yards to make sure that the support is drawn in as better way as possible. So this is something like this, and this idiom is just going to be very much useful, especially when you want to put extra efforts to achieve something. Now similar to this, the next one is number 8 is go the extra mile, which means to put in additional effort. He always goes the extra mile to make sure that his incentive increases every month in his company. Number 9 is go hand in glove, which means to be closely associated with something. These two departments, for example, you can say these two departments of this company go hand in gloves when it comes to growth. Number 10, which is also similar to number 9, go hand in hand, which means to be associated closely with something. For example, exercise goes hand in hand with the diet if you really want to remain fit for most of the time. So I hope that you will be learning or you will be able to use this particular thing when it comes to diet and exercise. And the next one is number 11, which is go cold turkey, which means to stop something or quit something very suddenly. For example, he became determined and decided to go cold turkey and never touch the wine again, which means that he wants to leave his addiction to wine as soon as possible. And this happens when some people they become determined and they want to quit their bad habit very quickly. So there you can use this particular idiom in a better way. Number 12 is go from rags to riches, which means go from being very poor to being very wealthy. For example, he went from rags to riches only on the basis of his hard work and built a huge business for all his family members, and he is known all over the world. So this is something that you can use for anyone who was very poor but now he has become suddenly very rich because of his hard work and whatever efforts he has done. Number 13 is go for a spin, which means to take a short trip or a drive for pleasure. For example, the weather was very nice in the city, so we decided to go for a spin. Number 14 is go against the tide, which means go against the normal opinion or the trend. For example, despite the criticism, he went against the tide and started doing the business in agriculture field. Number 15 is also similar to number 14, which is go against the grain, which means to do something which is different from the normal thing or which is customary thing from a family or a society. For example, John decided to become an artist, which went against the grain of his family. Number 16 is go with your gut, which means to follow your intuition or your instinct or your inner heart, you can say the voice of your heart, when you want to make any particular decision regarding anything. For example, she decided to go with her gut when it comes to her career because she was confused a bit. Number 17 is go off the radar, which means to disappear. After uploading some of the images of his own on Facebook, he decided to go off the radar and live a digital free life. Number 18 is go belly up, which means to become bankrupt or to just fail. For example, the new shop in the street went belly up because it could not draw the customers because of its expensive items in the local place. So this is something that you can use. This is how you can basically use this particular idiom, go belly up. The next one, which is 19th number, go for the jugular, which means to confront someone with great determination. For example, in a school debate, the new student who just took admission this year went for the jugular when it came to making points, strong points against his opponents who were the classmates and they had been studying even before him. So you can simply say like this, because he went for the jugular, which means he gave some strong points to confront his opponents in the school debate. And the last one, and number 20, is go down the memory lane, which means to remember the past. For example, you can say when he saw his old photos in mobile phone, he went down the memory lane and he started telling some of the stories which were regarding his old photos. I hope all of you enjoyed these 20 idioms which were solely based on the word go, and I also hope that you all will be able to do much better practice on all these idioms. For you, just to make sure that you are learning in a better way, I've also given the link of the notes of these particular 20 idioms. Like, you'll be able to click on that link and you'll have the access to the notes and you'll be able to enter my website and explore many more things. So hope to see you next time. Thanks for watching.